Rick has always said, the key to being really great at something is to just be you. And I'm like, that sounds like about as mystical wrapped in a riddle as it possibly be.
I can hear it in his voice when he said it.
But what he's saying is, and I finally got it. It's like, what are the things that really pull that energy out of you? What did that when you were young? And if you're fortunate enough to get into something young, that's a beautiful thing. And, Rick's superpower is his ability to get close to things, people, music, etc., and feel it. He can feel that thing, and he encourages them to do more of that thing as opposed to the thing they think they should do. And then what's also remarkable about him is he's able to disengage and just be Rick again. Like, he has this like empathy, but it doesn't like take him over.
Right.
It's so wild, the guy that grew up in music and did all the things he did for music. He's never had a sip of alcohol or done a drug. How many people who hang around musicians could pull that off?
Well, he's just a fascinating guy, period. But I think what he's locked onto is getting out of your own way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of self-chatter that comes in whenever you're creating something, where instead of engaging with the idea, you're thinking about, how can I make this better for me? What would people like more? What would get a better response? And you lose the magic. The magic is in the individual thought.
100%. And this is, all right, so I've been spending a lot, I go over there to spend time with him. He's out of the U.S. right now. And it was the weirdest visit ever. I go over to visit Rick, and we'd tread water in the morning, and we'd listen to this podcast, A History of 100 Rock and Roll Songs by Andrew Hickey. It's sort of like Huberman Lab podcast, but rock and roll, like super nerdy, long,
nice.
like, drawn out. There are a few podcasts like that, like Founders Podcast. I love that one. Mine that's like super nerdy, right? About a given topic.